him a message and grab her to see if he's still around with it.
All right. We're back briefly. We have one leftover arraignment to do that we didn't get to. I did curate the record between the Kalamazoo County Circuit or District Court, Beckett Jones, Special Prosecutor Nora Geiger from Branch County, Mr. Paul Gibson, and the defendant Lawrence Rice. Judge Beckett Jones does not live stream, so I didn't live stream this proceeding, but there was an order that he be evaluated at the Center for Forensic Psychiatry for competency. Now that will take some time, weeks or months.
Inside a Michigan courtroom, an exhausted judge ends a long morning of cases. But there's one man still waiting. His name, Mr. Brooks, a homeless defendant with a string of minor disorderly charges that reveal something deeper about how poverty collides with the law. What starts as a leftover arraignment quickly turns into a tense exchange about survival, fairness, and fatigue on both sides of the bench. The judge is hungry. The public defender has vanished. And a man's freedom now depends on whether compassion outweighs procedure. Question: is this justice or just paperwork in motion?
In the meantime, the case is on hold. He'll remain in the St. Joe County Jail pending that competency evaluation. Anyway, we have one last leftover arraignment from earlier this morning. And thank you for your patience. I do have one sentence at 11, and we'll address that. All right, so hopefully the guy's there. I lost my public defender. Plus, I'm really hungry.
When the judge greets Brooks, there's a strange mix of familiarity and exhaustion. They've seen each other before. A revolving door of misdemeanors that all trace back to one thing: homelessness, disorderly conduct, vagrancy, loitering. The charges may sound small, but they're the criminal system's front door for the poor. Brooks has been behind bars 10 days for being a disorderly person. But what the law calls disorderly, reality might just call desperate. Question: should being homeless ever be treated like a crime?
Good morning, Mr. Brooks. We had left, I just saw you last week on some matters, and there's a couple more lurking around here. 2 white pigeon disorderly cases. You've been in jail now for 10 days. We're trying to run down the public defender. He was here and he left. Let's talk about these cases.
Yeah, and that are
I thought we had taken care of everything that you had when I saw you the last time. And then these 2 popped up somewhere and they need to be addressed.
I thought I had some no vacancy. I'd been renting a couple of no vacancy tickets from an officer over there.
Yes.
Tell me what you need.
Oh, and of course, you're not in my queue.
As the judge scrolls through his digital queue, struggling to find Brooks's case, the irony becomes clear. The system isn't built for simplicity. Every missed click, every absent public defender, every delay compounds the chaos. What looks like procedural confusion is actually the texture of real justice. Slow, imperfect, human. Yet amid that, Brooks remains patient, polite, compliant. His crime? Prowling. His punishment? 10 days in a cell. Question: is this man dangerous or just invisible?
I'm waiting for the public defender to rejoin us.
Yeah, can I just go ahead and waive that?
Yes, I think we'll get to it here. I'm not sure why these aren't in my queue, but I'll get them.
They also have some. They're getting. One or two cells.
That room is so noisy. We had a long morning here. I thought it would go smoothly, and I guess it went smoothly enough. You've got two white pigeon ordinance cases of disorderly person. Well, let's talk about those. File 251904. I wish these were in my queue. It'd make life a lot easier. You got a ticket for being a disorderly person. I guess this is Three Rivers. Found loitering behind the Shell gas station. We already did that one. Yeah, that one's done. 1904. 1904.
Like, he would probably be able to manage, but like if we had that house, like he would be able to be
All right, in that one, it is alleged that you were a Chicago road near the railroad tracks and you were a vagrant and they allege prowling. That's White Pigeon Village ordinance that allegedly occurred at 12:30 in the morning on September 19th.
Here, the facts unfold like a quiet tragedy. 2 charges, both for wandering near railroad tracks and closed buildings after midnight. The prosecutor offers a deal: plead guilty, time served, and walk free. It sounds merciful, but it's a trap in disguise. A guilty plea still brands Brooks as criminal for acts tied to survival. The court calls it closure, but the record calls it permanent. This is how minor offences ripple for years. One yes to end the moment. One mark that never fades. Question: would you take the deal just to escape jail?
19th. That's a misdemeanor. Punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The prosecutor is recommending that if you just plead to both of these, they would recommend time served and fines and costs, and you've been in jail for 10 days. That's the September 13th case. The other one is 1599. It'd be easier, like I said, if these are in the queue. I don't know if I deleted them or they didn't get in here. The other one is alleged to have occurred on August 3rd, prowling around property without knowledge or consent of owner, West 420 West Chicago at Miller Drive. So essentially, the allegation is that on September 13th and October 5th, that you were homeless, and it violates the vagrancy prowling ordinance in White Pigeon. I had represented to you the last time, and I would here, that I would give you a sentence of time served and the minimum allowable fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
I would have taken care of these the other day when I saw you, but I didn't. I didn't have them, or I didn't know what the deal was. Now, as I indicated, the public defender isn't here. He walked out and we haven't been able to find him. I can wait until the public defender is available to assist with this. And you told me you simply wish to waive that and get on with this plea and sentence.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Other than what I told you here, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
Good. No, Your Honor.
or threaten you?
No.
Do you understand that if you plead to these charges, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
We just did this the other day, but if there was a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. All you got to do is ask me and I would appoint an attorney for you. And all you got to do is ask me and I'll wait to find the public defender. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
The judge begins explaining rights: the right to counsel, to trial, to silence. Brooks listens carefully, but his tone says it all. He just wants it over. This is where courtroom fatigue meets social fatigue. For the court, it's another case. For Brooks, it's the 10th repetition of the same struggle. He admits he'd been drinking a little. The judge stays firm, fair, almost fatherly. But the subtext is heavy. When you're poor, justice feels like an endless loop. Question: at what point does accountability turn into survival mode?
At a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf. But you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, let's talk about the first incident. It was about 8:20 at night, so it's still light out on August 3rd, for Chicago Road and Miller Drive. Where was that?
We see an old Mexican restaurant over there across the street from the laundromat. It's condemned now.
All right, you were hanging around behind there.
Yeah, I stopped there to take a break. I was coming from Sturgis to White Pigeon to see my brother.
Had you been drinking?
Yes, a little bit, Your Honor.
All right. $10 days, credit 10 days, leaving 0 days to serve. Concurrent with the other case, which is 251904. $125 or 2 additional days. Do you have an out date yet?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Well, these will be 2 less things you have to worry about.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the other ticket. That one was late at night on September 13th. And that was I forgot where that one was.
When the judge asks if Brooks was basically homeless, the tone shifts. No outrage, no scolding, just acceptance and maybe empathy. Brooks explains he was moving between places, picking up belongings, sleeping where he could. The judge responds with minimal fines, concurrent sentences, and time served. For a rare moment, compassion breaks through the bureaucracy. Yet the bigger truth remains. In most cities, being homeless is effectively illegal. Brooks' sentence might end today, but his punishment never really stops. Question: did the judge show mercy or just momentary relief?
By the railroad tracks. Again, you were basically homeless. Were you at 12:30 at night hanging out on the railroad tracks?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Had you been drinking that night too?
No, sir.
How'd you end up in White Pigeon on that night?
I had some stuff. Visiting with my brother. I didn't live with him, but I'd stay with him sometimes. I was just there picking up my belongings from there.
All right, same thing, 10 days credit, 10 days. I'm going to give you the minimum allowable fine of $125 or 2 days concurrent with the other case. Let me see what else you got holding you in there, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got a circuit court case with Judge Stutzman. Yeah, you failed to appear. You have a trial date, like imminent. Is that case coming up soon?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. It's November 14th, 17th, I
All right,
believe.
well, I hope that matter is resolved. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Did you ever get connected to Mr. Gibson?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, well, whatever's going on, will be going on in Judge Patterson's courtroom.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
all right. All right.
And just like that, 2 cases vanish from the docket. The judge signs off, Brooks thanks him, and life moves on, at least for the system. What we witnessed wasn't a headline case, but it was raw justice in motion, weary, procedural, imperfect. One man seeking dignity, one judge balancing law with humanity. In the eyes of the court, the matter's closed. But for millions like Brooks, it's just another chapter in the cycle of poverty and punishment. If this story made you think twice about what justice really means, hit subscribe, like, and comment below. This is where every gavel strike reveals a story the headlines never tell.
All right, he waived the public defender and we just got rid of 2 cases and that's probably sufficient. All right, we're gonna